Is the San Francisco Library trying to make it easier for people to watch pornography? The library just installed privacy screens to some of its computers so that only the person in front of it can see the screen. But some people say that will make it easier for people to view adult content in a public setting. Joining us for a fair and balanced debate is the Executive Director of Morality in the Media, Dawn Hawkins, and Fox News contributor Tamara Holder. Ladies, thanks so much for being here. Dawn, I want to start with you. Why would the public library want to make it easier for patrons to watch porn?
Part of the problem is that the American Library Association and the ACLU often disseminate misleading information to libraries. They claim that having filters on libraries is a form of censorship, even though the U.S. Supreme Court and many laws have been upheld saying that libraries have the right to filter. The ALA just tells libraries that they don't have the right to filter, and that's part of the problem.
Interesting. Tamara, you know, what's happening here is that patrons are going to libraries, public libraries around the country, and they're watching nudity, they're watching some X-rated things, they're watching pornography, and obviously there are children and families there that are catching glimpses at the same time. What do you make of this?
Well, you know, first of all, I think watching pornography at a library is creepy, okay? But we're having a legal discussion here, and the legal issue is that you can watch pornography in a public place. It is a First Amendment right, and you know, I'm not part of the Supreme Court. I didn't make that law. I didn't make that rule, and that's what people who, on the moral side, are mad about. Look, if you want to watch pornography, I think you should do it in your own home, but at the same time, the public library allows for those things to take place. And if you don't want your kid to see it, you don't take your kid to that area of the library.
But Dawn, let's remember that obviously taxpayer money goes into the public libraries. So, in other words, taxpayers are sort of unintentionally subsidizing these screens that make it easier for people to watch adult content.
Exactly, and part of the problem is not just that they're watching this adult content, they're doing while they're watching or immediately after watching. There are countless stories where men are going and watching pornography, then they're masturbating, they're showing themselves to patrons, they're stalking librarians and patrons and children. There's been many stories even where patrons are viewing pornography and then they take children into libraries or away from the library and they rape and molest.
I've studied sex offenders. I've worked with sex offenders. Sex offenders are going to follow and stalk, whether it's in a park or in a any other public place.
So do we want them coming to our libraries? Do we want to attract them at our libraries?
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
Hold on.
The police have a duty to arrest people who are doing that.
Okay.
We're not talking about illegal content here.
Let me just read to you what the statement is from the San Francisco Public Library. Hold on, Dawn. Filtering software is not foolproof and often blocks material that is constitutionally protected. And in fact, filtering may censor important information and materials that our patrons need. We'll have to leave it there. Dawn Hawkins, Tamara Holder, thanks so much for this debate. Obviously, this issue is not going away. Meanwhile, still ahead, more mayors telling Chick-fil-A to stay out of their cities, but are they really just attacking Christianity? Well, Ann Coulter